Good morning, everybody. Once again, we're going to be returning back to Cuatro Colinas, and we're going to be going after red deer, specifically red deer. So I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of my gear here. Let's get in here. Pardon me. The 270. You know what? We're not going to offload pardon me, anything, but we are. Double check to make sure that we have everything we need. 243, 270, 30-06. We're not carrying the 6.5 anymore, are we? Yeah, might as well offload that ammo if we're not carrying it. Okay, 6.5 is now back in storage with its ammo. Since I have plenty of carry capacity, I'm gonna see about, yeah, actually gonna take one of my bows out with me. I don't take my hunting bows out very often, so this might also improve our chances if we're not just constantly spooking everything with loud gunshots all the time. Yeah, this rangefinder bow sight it's extremely useful, as long as you're relatively close. Most of the animals, I mean, especially if you get them in good and close, you put a good shot in on them, it usually puts them down pretty quick. Alright, now what I'm going to do, take our Bear Claw Light, and we'll put that down the bottom here. More than sufficient for the job at hand of hunting red deer at relatively close ranges, but we'll have to see how it does when we actually find an animal and pencil them in for a shot. Alright, get our scent suppressor on, and we're going to come right back down here. This, even though it is purpled quite a bit, this is, and it's nighttime, so this might give us a chance of getting a larger male. The larger males usually like to tend to come down into this area, this valley that we're going to be camped out by. On the very last video, we saw a red deer. He wasn't anything magnificent, or the last stream, I keep calling them videos, but that's what they end up as. Wasn't anything magnificent. He was decent sized, but he did not have what I'd consider a champion size rack, so I let him go. Okay, now we're going to set up our, okay, we already have our marker up. We got a bunch of different stuff down here. Red deer sleeping, red deer feeding, and roe deer watering needs, which is actually going to serve our purpose as well. If we do get to harvest any roe deer, it's going to be with the 243. It's going to be really loud. Like to put that out there. I'm actually going to start putting that on. I haven't received any complaints, but I want to make sure that everybody's okay. Especially if you're listening to any of this with headphones, some of the sounds and some of the gunfire can be really loud and really sharp. It might even give you a startle, which a lot of people don't mind, but some folks may have an adverse reaction to that. So I just wanted to give you a loud audio warning right now before anything happens. It even gives me a startle every once in a while. I won't lie. I'm not terribly easily startled that I'm aware of, but most people's startle response is an entirely subconscious thing. It's not something we control. But yeah, we're gonna come on down here and see about getting some red deer. And trying to travel as quietly as possible. If we have to deal with wolves, we certainly will be able to with the bow and arrow if we're not getting outnumbered. But it's one-on-one, and we're not being charged, but they're close enough. We can certainly take one out. But we're here for the red deer. We're always here for the red deer. The roe deer and wild boar are just, honestly, they're just bonuses. Some of the red deer that I've harvested in Hirschfelden, and I reference that map constantly because that's the place I've had possibly some of the best hunting this game has ever offered me has occurred in Hirschfelden. Just primarily because of the luck I've had there, some of the excitement, some of the heartbreak I've had there. The heartbreak was mostly my fault. I had a magnificent red deer that I had shot. Unfortunately, one of them I shot with a weapon that wasn't powerful enough. It was a really good shot. It just, because it wasn't the right caliber, and this is before the new rating system. I'm not sure how, but it still damaged the rating. Okay, we got some tracks here, so that's a good sign. Quiet it down a bit, slow our rate of travel. And we're going to kill our light unless we absolutely need it. Yeah, we're also going to set for 44 yards, just that way it's middle of the road. I like to set most of my ranging stuff in middle of the road if I can. It just reduces any variation because middle of the road is usually pretty consistent. And this thing here kind of auto sets to. You can set it up for pretty much whatever range you want. I've seen people take, 100+ yard shot, vital organ hits with some wild boar out here maybe. Let me put a boar call out, see what. Yep, and there he goes, I think. That wasn't a boar, that was a good sized deer, but can't put money on it, so. Yeah, I've had some heartbreak with red deer in Hirschfelden, but I've also had like not long after that hunt that went awry, I had some really good luck with a red deer because I ended up using the Empress variant of the 7mm single shot rifle, and it was just a beautiful shot. It ended up becoming it turned out to be a gold red deer. I was so happy with that outcome. Now that was a while back when I was sick and out of work for a while because of some nasty interactions with some medication I was put on. Medication did its job, but it also had some pretty adverse side effects, which caused me some issues then. You know, it's still caused some issues for me now, but not as greatly as back then. But luckily, the majority of that stuff is long over. I won't ever be going back on any of those meds. You know, a doctor may tell me, "Oh, well, we'll see." It's like, you're not hearing me. I am telling you, no. I am the patient. You are the doctor. Yes, you have been to school, but I know my body. And you cannot tell me what I'm feeling because you're not the one in possession of my body. I am. Most of the time. And I'm not disregarding doctors' opinions at all. No, but when a patient tells you something, it usually pays to pay attention to what your patient is telling you. That way you can use that to formulate a proper treatment plan instead of just disregarding what the patient has said to you. It's really not a good idea to ignore your patient. Any hooser. Let's see. Put out a couple of. We have something approaching. No idea what it is. Hoping it's red deer, so here we go. Yeah, footsteps have stopped. I'm not seeing anything though. It's begun to rain, so that might actually bunny. Of all things, bunny. What we first heard was not a bunny though. It might have been one of the boar coming back in. Right. Yeah, we're gonna get down low here. Put out another boar call. We're also gonna put out another red deer call just for chuckle. See if we can get anything to come in, because I did spook something on the way in here. Really like to be able to take him with a bow, because yeah, a rifle, if you even remotely hit him right, it's gonna allow you to harvest that animal pretty quickly. Benefit with a bow is just keeping the amount of racket we make to a minimum. Places, the area is still going to purple up. There's still going to be hunting pressure and all that, but not going to be nearly as adverse. Like that stupid bunny again. I don't want to take a rabbit because I don't have the 22. And the 22 is, uh, for the most part that I'm aware of, the only approved um, ammunition for animals of that size. You might be able to use like the bottom rung arrows, but I don't have any of those on hand at the moment. So, looks like to live another day. And I don't want to be, yeah. Okay, so it's saying this male red deer here is headed in this direction. Maybe they're down getting water. It could be what's going on, why we're not hearing or seeing a whole lot. I've been through here fairly recently. Hopefully he'll leave some scat, so we'll be able to tell about how long ago they were here. He may have even been the one we spooked. But that's why I'm trying to keep my light down. That way I don't spotlight him and startle the hell out of him. Okay, very old, so yeah. That scat's probably not viable then. Been too long. Ho 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 ho. A bunch of movement here. Now we just need to spot the buck. And it wasn't a female that made that noise either. He's in here somewhere. I'm gonna lay flat on my stomach and make another call, because I know he's right here. Even if he's not a magnificent one, at least he'll be something. Come on in, big fella. No. Yeah, I'm seeing nothing but females. That male's hiding big time. He's trying to evade me big time. So. That's okay. We're going to respray our scent suppressor because we don't know when that runs out. What do we got? Right, rifle number 1, call number 1. It's usually I like to do it a weapon then a call, weapon then a call, based on which animal type we're hunting. I know you're here. I heard you call, you son of a bitch. Where are you hiding? That frustrates me because I know he is right here too. Just gonna have to take it nice and slow, but we are gonna get a buck. That's not a question. We're going to get one. I really like to take them with my bow, but if I have to spur of the moment, switch to the rifle and take them, then I will. They're definitely in the area. Come on, where are your tracks? Where are you at? Yeah, lots and lots of female tracks. I almost bet you he's going to be down in this hollow here. Hopefully my connection won't cut out, but you never know. Hoping it won't. Yeah, a lot of people would comment, "Oh, your light's on." So yeah, I'm keeping it low enough so they're not gonna insta spook because of the light, but because does and does and does. Can't say that male's long gone, but he's not exactly down here with us, unless he's right next to me and not making any noise at all. Which could definitely be problematic. It's funny that the only animal calling back from that group is that one female directly in front of us. But absolutely zero calls from anybody else. Which, I mean, it's good we're getting vocalizations back, but it doesn't fare well for our case of trying to get that buck at all. Yeah, unless he's trying to cut up around me that way. Going up and around our right flank, but and you'd think with the amount of calls they'd be swarming us right now. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's absolutely nothing like really close in on us. Make our way down here and see if any of these tracks is him. Yeah, that's one key of this game. If you hear like any approaching footsteps, immediately stop moving. Doesn't guarantee that you won't spook them, but it chance having them walk right in on you. This. Okay, it's very old. It's red deer scat, yeah, but which red deer does it belong to? 206 yards out. Yeah, things have quieted down a lot. We'll take a female if we can get one, because nothing's doing here, and it's been half an hour so far without a single harvest. So that's not exactly optimum. Far from optimum, in fact. Admittedly, I should have shot one of those females earlier, but I did not want to spook that buck. But maybe I should be taking females. That way, it forces the game to. I think it kind of. It's randomized what gender the animals are, but whenever you harvest one, the game generates a new one. And it could be generates animals. Yeah, if we get any more quiet, we're just gonna vanish. Which is actually really, really good. And we're on them. Finally found this trail. So, yeah, the big boy's headed up this way. Yeah, I think that's why I also respect this game. I lost, unfortunately, all respect for any of Cabela's brand hunting games because they got into the canned hunts instead of having open hunts like this. You know, they became more like shooting galleries instead of you actually got to go out and do the legwork yourself. In the early days, those games were a lot like this, and I respected the hell out of them. Oh yeah, that's a female. That's okay. I'm still on his trail. That's all I care about. I don't think they're scenting me either. I think they would be moving someplace, and I just haven't caught them yet. They certainly, I'm quite sure I haven't pushed them out of the area. They're headed someplace. Maybe to a food or drink area, but yeah, bump my controller there. And since it's super early in the morning, I'm going to be taking it nice and easy and nice and slow. Now this stream could carry on for a while, or I could end it at an hour. We're just going to have to see. And at present, I still don't have any way to truncate things and edit it down to be more energetic. So, unfortunately, you folks are along for the full ride with me. Now, whether you find this incredibly boring or not, I hope you don't find it boring, but yeah, that might also be why the red deer run off, because of the damn wolves again. And they allow you to take your scope off and put it back on. It's accurate no matter what. I'm taking my optics off in case the wolves charge us. I hope they won't. I really hope they won't. You never can tell. I mentioned in the last broadcast, like the wolves in the Yukon are just, they are brutal. They catch a scent of you, and they want human on their dinner table, then they're certainly going to try for it. Yeah, now it's showing he reversed course. Well, that was weird because it showed he reversed course there, and now it's pointing in this direction. So, more fun with footprints, I guess. Come on, be in the area, damn it. Where else could they have gone? I'm going to check my map right quick, just to try and see if I have any clue where they're going. I'm going to try something right quick. It's going to be kind of weird. I'm going to go back to the little hunting camp here. And I'm going to very carefully walk down the road. Walk out to meet this main road out here and walk down. Just on the off chance I either cut them off or I happen to I'm going to zoom this in so I'm actually on the road. Yeah, I'm just going to follow the road. Yeah, it's about half a mile, so call 880 yards. Not sure what that equates to in meters, but even though I can understand metric, I have most of the games that we own set to Imperial, just for comfort's sake. I mean, your basic unit of measure per meters, call it 3 feet 3 inches, 3 feet 4 inches, right in around that area. And we got boar. Well, might have to switch this from a red deer hunt to a boar hunt. That boar sounded like he was decent. And this 270 will do the job. I don't know why, but I kind of knew this road would bring us luck somehow. With one animal or another. I usually don't stick to the roads. I try to stick to the watering holes and some of the spots I've found for feeding, drinking, and rest. But sometimes just walking the roads, you'll get lucky. You'll get a call that comes out of nowhere. Making a bit more noise than I want to. And I love being able to go prone. Yeah. Apart from a supported position with a bipod, prone is your best bet for a stable shooting platform, because the earth doesn't move unless something's wrong. Not gonna crawl the whole time. That would take all night to get anywhere. I thought this would be a magnificent spot to set up a tree stand along these roads here, because then you could overview this field and this field. Park your character in a tree for an actual in-game night. You probably see all sorts of stuff. Then you could pick and choose what you want. Alright, we got tracks here, so these may be the tracks of that bull we heard just a couple minutes ago. Let's see if this is our... Okay. And this might be entering this field to our starboard, to our right hand side. Sure enough. Yeah, that boar was headed right on in this way, so. And the tracks are entering this field, so this boar's got to be down in this field someplace. Yep, sure enough, there he goes. He spotted me just now, and that's okay. I'm not too blown out by that, honestly. Now that allows me to get up into position here. Myself all settled in with my 270. Make sure this is what I'm using. Yeah, it's the 270. Okay. And we're gonna get our... Cause he's right over in this wood line here. We spooked him a little bit. We didn't spook him too bad. Not sure what any of that is. Could just be rocks and stuff. But hanging out in this lavender field, huh? Interesting choice. Lavender on one side, sunflowers on the other. Interesting place to hang out. And make sure that again, we want to make sure that our scent suppression's good. Because heaven forbid the wind should hit us the wrong way. Usually when I'm sitting here, because I don't want to bump the, when I go to move my controller, I don't want to bump the button and fire a round off just randomly. I've had that happen so many times. So. Now we just sit here and wait a little bit. You can also glass the field in case he's actually gone. Because there may be others in the area that we're not aware of. Now we get any kind of life in these fields. You'll be able to see it for more than 300 yards in any reasonable direction. Might be seeing things. I might work my way up the road again, see if I can catch him out in the open. I don't know why this character's making any kind of noise. We're not hitting anything right now. Well, looks of it, that boar that we startled over here was a good sized one. So, yep, it's open. Yeah, he was feeding over here. Yeah, it's open. We can catch him someplace. That would be nice. Okay, and they're usually here between 7 at night and 11. Let's see what in-game time it is. Okay, so yes, we startled him, but he might have been preparing to move out anyways. So he might have just been cutting his losses and thinking to move out anyways. All those bug noises are mighty annoying. Pardon my French, but this is the strangest damn thing I've ever seen. Did we spook him? Oh yeah. But like he just vanished. I hate when that happens. I really start pulling out of that area, letting them settle down a bit, trying to come at them from another angle. Because maybe I initially startled them. You know, I didn't fire or anything, as you guys saw, but all it took was them getting a little bit nervous to move a ways, and then for the wolves to push them out the rest of the way. Yeah. Kind of footsteps here, so. I'm gonna take my sights off. In case this is him. Whatever it is walking straight at me. And down he goes. Yeah, it took us a better part of an hour to finally get it on an animal, but oh hell yeah! Now we're talking 405 pounds. 4 easy, but just a nice clean right lung, left lung. We're gonna save him because he's a gold. If it's a gold or better, I save him. That was nice. Didn't expect him to be coming up this side of that field, but man, I'm on the Shepherds. That was worth it to catch up with him. I knew I heard something moving, and that's why if you ever hear play this game, you ever hear anything moving, stop, freeze in your tracks, and immediately take a knee. Because unless an animal's standing right on top of you looking dead smack at you, they're not going to know you're there. Especially if your scent eliminator is active. Even if the wind's blowing right at you. But I've had boar that was standing, you know, downwind from me. Or upwind from me, whichever direction you like. You know, without my scent eliminator, they definitely would have scented me, but they walked right in on me. You know, and one of my largest boars from Hirschfelden is the one that did that very thing. You know, it was him, one of the group, a smaller boar, and then three sows. That's a pretty good number, and I picked him out of the group, and it just a hair around 180 yards. I used the MN 1890 Solican. I shot him, double lung and heart. And I shot immediately behind, because he was coming in. His right side was facing me, so I waited for him to angle. He was broadside, but angling just to the port, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 degrees. Yeah, and I put that round right in behind his right shoulder, right lung, heart, left lung, and then right out, actually immediately behind his left shoulder. You can see could see the exit wound. Dropped him right on the spot. He never felt the thing. He never knew anything was wrong until it had already happened. Yeah, and I took one of the perks to increase my reload speed. I am overjoyed with it. You know, you reload like, I think it's like up to half or 3/4 of a second faster. It doesn't seem much, but if you're hunting things like Cape Buffalo and you've got to reload while they're charging, or in one of my previous videos, while you're, you know, pumping rounds into them, even if you're using a heavier rifle, sometimes it doesn't matter because they're so heavily built. They're just monstrous, absolutely monstrous. You know, being able to dispatch something like that with one well-placed shot, you know, takes a bit of skill, but you also need a significant round to successfully pierce all the way through them. Right now I'm at just under $3,000. I've got another roe deer. You know, we've kind of sloughed off enough, so we're gonna go after roe deer now too. Normally I'd leave that roe deer alone, but I haven't hardly been getting anything this hunt. Just got that boar a couple minutes ago, so, and it's been an hour that I've been streaming, so yeah, like I was saying, I've got another 88,000 till I've got enough money just to purchase the King double rifle, which is obscenely expensive, but if I'm actively going to be trying to hunt buffalo on the regular, I need something like that. I can do it with the 338, but it can complicate things if we don't hit them right. It'll really complicate things. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, put her down nice and easy. Yeah, she wasn't worth anything to begin with. Yeah, trophy rating, nothing. But yeah, we used the proper ammo. Animal shot 2 times or less. Intact trophy organs. She didn't have any trophy organs. Hit 1 vital organ or more. Yeah. Yeah, we triple critical. Though she wasn't going anywhere. Dropped her little butt right on the spot. And there's another one calling from down here, so yeah, I think it's boar and a couple roe deer. That's not a bad hunt. If we can get this next one, I'll be happy. Come right here to lay down flat on my stomach. I know I'm well within range with this collar, and we're just gonna wait. Give it a second or two for this roe deer to catch on that it's being called. Yeah, sorry if I jabber on a whole bunch, but I like to talk when I stream quite a bit. Especially if I'm talking about the animals we're hunting and ammo and stuff like that. And we get footsteps approaching. Can't tell you exactly where from. To our left here a bit. Can't see him yet though. Come into view. Come on. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, another female, but we'll take it. Come on, sweetheart. Broadside. Come on. Please, broadside. No. She's walking right at us. God damn it. She's gonna bolt, and that's okay. I am so sick and tired of hitting animals and having them just bolt off. So I'd rather have her bolt now and place a good shot on her in a minute, and place an absolutely shitty shot now and have to chase her all over God's glowing green irradiated earth. Because yeah. We all know how fun that is. It's been half an hour tracking one animal. So yeah, that's not what I want to do. No, thank you. Something else coming. There we go. And she's down, not on the spot, but pretty close. Got her spot where we hit her, so single or double lung, anyway. Yeah, she took a couple steps. Right lung shot. No, I'd say we get a little bit of a head of steam on us now. We're actually starting to clean up here, because we spent a bunch of time getting absolutely nothing. I feel it's embarrassing, because I don't like to stream and not get anything, but on the same token, you can't always get stuff, so. Yeah, roe deer do not pay all that much. But on the same token, they're not awful, and they're plenty abundant. They're one of the easiest things in this game to hunt. See, another one looking to meet up with some friends and go out for drinks. Yep, and I can almost bet you dollar to donut that this one is going to walk right in on us. Because we just called, so now all we gotta do is just sit all nice and hunky-dory. Footsteps approaching from our right. Sounds like that female's coming in. Yeah, she scented me just now. Yeah, she's aware something's going on, but she's not quite sure. Broadside for me, love. Yeah, that'll have to do, I guess. I prefer it when they broadside, because it's, just better. You can... So much easier to, Yeah, she didn't go far. Yeah, she didn't go far at all. Yeah, I'm making all sorts of racket in here. That's perfectly fine by me. We're actually doing something now. Instead of sitting around jaw-jacking. Yeah. And because she scented me, that tells me we need to re-up our scent suppressor. Again. Always thought that stuff should last a while, but... Okay. Yep, there's another female here. Not too long ago. That shot must have spooked her up pretty good. Now I'm going to travel nice and crouch walk for a bit. Yeah, I need to remember to walk the roads when I'm having no luck. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of dumb luck to get something started. Yeah, she stopped running. She's down to a trot now, so that's good news for us. usually not advisable to shoot uphill unless you have no other choice. Yeah, she's right in this area, because that scat's very fresh. If it'll let me, I'm going to park myself right here. Yep, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I've always liked the ambience of this game. Even if you don't want to hunt, if you just want to run around, enjoy the ambience of being out, like in the middle of a cornfield at night with the moon up, Hirschfelden's great for that. Wouldn't recommend walking around in the dark in Varunga, mostly because of the lines in Buffalo. Same thing with the Yukon. Do not go there in the middle of the night wandering around without some kind of weapon on you because of the wolves and bears. Like this place, I mean, yeah. You get the Iberian wolves, but for the most part, they're up in the mountains. They do come down into the lowlands sometimes, but it's not as common as you'd think. If they do come into the lowlands, it's a lowlands like right at the foot of some hills or mountains. Yeah, I don't think you'll see many Iberian wolves out in the cornfields of this place. I'm sure some people may have video of them hunting wolves in the cornfields, but I'm not sure how common that is, if it's happened at all. Not doubting their validity, just a commonplace of the occurrence. That's all. Move up to this next bunch of bushes here really carefully. Supposedly she's headed on down this way, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I got one of the perks that I got ages ago was the soft feet perk. It's a good perk. I think its effect should be a little bit stronger. Not by a lot, but like, moving in a crouch now, you shouldn't be at 4 white bars. You should be at like, I don't know, 3 maximum. As I mentioned before, it might have been last time or the time before. It's a good game. It definitely needs some slight rebalances and things, but But the whole shot of this game's pretty cool. Yeah, if they decide to do a sequel to this, ever in the future, a dramatic increase in the selection of firearms, ammunition types, a better choice in long-range optics would be openly welcomed. Especially when you're dealing with things like Ibex and Mouflon. Even some of the more dangerous game like brown bears and wolves. You can take them up close, but a lot of people realistically try to take them from as far off as possible. Especially if it's a game that's game animal that's really spooky or very dangerous, and they try to take them at a distance. I mean, you could look online at people that hunt coyotes. They're taking coyotes at 5, 6, 7, 800 yards. Accurately. I think then the issue becomes less of an ammo thing, which I'm sure weapon effective ranges could easily be modified to reach those ranges, no problem. Then it becomes more of an issue of the, not even so much as the software, but somewhere the hardware being able to have a really long draw distance as far as graphical fidelity and all that. That one's gone. Very nice, very nice. Yep. Yep, nicely shot, cleanly taken. Just a skosh low. But that's okay, we still doubled it. Right lung, left lung. Dropped it right in our tracks, so that's really good news. Okay. Yeah, this one bolt. As soon as we squeezed that trigger, this one bolted. Now I'm not sure if. Okay, yeah. So that one coming in was another female too. Let me see if we can get that one to come back into the